I've decided to yet again shoot myself in the foot and comment about my niche dislike for the author of One Punch Man and Mob Psycho 100, 1. I understand why humans like him. Postmodern society is obsessed with self-help, with relativism that only sees all perspectives as having the same merit, except for the idea that not all people or ideas have the same merit. This is mostly a Western phenomenon, but we do live in a golden age of centrism. The middle ground is great because it's the middle ground. All we need to succeed is for everyone to voluntarily improve their own standing without impeding others. Mob Psycho 100 is about overcoming your alienation, not because of your strengths, but in spite of them. Sure, you can use your strengths for good, but only after you've appealed to the crowd. Everyone's life is their own, so they must do with it what they see fit. Who could ever argue with that? Well, me. I can argue with that, because I am a utilitarian and not a vulgar anti-exceptionalist. But I could let all of this go, in a sense of just not talking about it anymore, if it wasn't for one character, one portrayed really vilely. Yusuke Sakurai. I can't forgive one for Yusuke Sakurai. Everyone knows what Claw is supposed to be an allegory for. People with god complexes. As I have stated repeatedly, I am not a Kantian. There is no categorical imperative, justice is contingent and based on material circumstances. This is the core of my disagreement with one who believes it is ideas that shape the material world. Because of this fundamental clash, we get our opposing reactions to a character like Sakurai. Mob Psycho 100 has a satirical edge like all of one's writing. Different characters are supposed to represent different facets of our real world. The SI's car members are supposed to represent Chuni, who take themselves too seriously and who should really consider other people more. This is disgustingly ironic because Sakurai grew up poor and bullied. He was systemically disadvantaged, yet the narrative says he should have just pulled himself up by his bootstraps and stopped playing with his toys.
First, get rid of those ridiculous shoulder pads and grow up. You too. You just want to escape from society, right? If you hope to make it big, you have to live in reality. Consider that the starting point.
His sword made him feel powerful in a world where he was powerless. Claw allowed him to rise up and use his natural gifts for establishing a new world order to replace the broken one that utterly failed him. But instead the narrative puts him up as a salesman at Smile Mart at the end. Instead of a populist message of joint effort to rise up and improve the world, of unleashing potential for the benefit of all, the series consistently preaches that the oppressed need to suck it up and obey capital, no matter how legit your grievances. The way that the espers who actually believe in progress are conveyed is so filled with intellectual contempt that I can only assume one is a hardcore right-winger.
Think about who the hell you are for a second! You've always been a commoner, a cog in the population!
But Claw only allows the elite espers to...
Look, I'm a commoner! And I'm much more powerful than any of you will ever be! So tell me, what the hell does that make you?
To portray the poor and oppressed who think, hey, maybe working a wage cuck job isn't the best use of my broken abilities, so let me work with others with the powers that objectively allow us to do much more good than average, as just stupid, loyal victims of a regime that will just sell them out, is really disgusting. Petite bourgeois fatalism. 1 fears being threatened by the mob. I, the middle class, must not lose my individuality. I need to tell these ordinary people who want to take power to just stay in line. This fear of mobilization, of people being put into motion to challenge the elites for the sake of their growth rather than just settling for improving their situation themselves or through one-on-one help, is pathetic. Just because a movement doesn't see protecting the rights of atomized individuals as its top priority doesn't mean it's inherently some kind of an evil plot, or that it's fundamentally incorrect. A revolution is not a dinner party, and that is why I cannot forgive one for Yusuke. Yusuke represents that to one, lower class people are the lazy, edgy enemy, complaining for no real reason who are to be taken advantage of by the market, rather than people who would stand up to a tyrant trying to exterminate them all. Fuck him!